Lance Hall here for Let's Discuss with Lance Hall. Happy to welcome Brendan, lead vocalist for Wicked Love, to the program tonight. How you doing, Brendan?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing as good as I can at 6 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. I hear you. Zooming in from Charleston, South Carolina, the holy city, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
You know it.
Now, what makes it holy?
It's all the steeples that it has.
Okay.
Yeah, all the churches. It's big time on its old churches and its big steeples.
Cool. I did a little wiki search on Charleston. That's how I came up with Holy City. A lot of history down there too. You know, all that Civil War stuff and everything.
Oh yeah, they're big on their history down here. That's for sure. They're one of those cities where it's like they have like a historical mandate on things, so they can't like really build the city up too much. So it kind of stays like a small city because of that. So
that's cool. Now, are you born and raised in Charleston?
No, sir. I was born in Pennsylvania, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in Amish country.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I moved to Connecticut because my father was in the service.
Okay.
And then I moved to the Green Mountains in Vermont.
Really?
Yeah.
Where in Vermont?
Cabot, where they make the cheese.
You're shitting me.
No, not at all, man.
I live in Greensboro Bend. I'm like 10 minutes from Cabot.
No shit. Really?
Yeah.
Man, you probably know my mom.
Who's your mom?
Maggie Margaret Ferreira.
Boy, name sounds familiar.
She lives in Waterbury now, right off the lake.
Okay.
Yeah, big blue house. Like, you know that there's a man. You know where like one of the big lake is on what's that highway? Route 14?
Oh,
headed towards Hardwick.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's this big old lake, man. She lives right on that lake.
A White House used to be a bar there.
Yeah, the White Rock.
Yeah,
that's my mom's house.
Oh shit, I met her many years ago. I used to work as a draft tech for a beer company up here, and when the bar was there, I used to go down and clean her beer lines.
Oh my God, man. How awesome is that?
What a freaking small world.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm her son.
Nice lady. Nice lady.
Yeah, she's great, man. She taught me everything I know about rock and roll, brother.
Yeah. Oh, that's wild. That's wild. Awesome. Jesus. Well, we could sit here and have Old Home Day forever.
Yeah, we can talk about that all the time, all day.
Well, let's talk about Wicked Love.
Yeah, man.
So how did you get down to Charleston then? I guess that would have been my question. How'd you?
So I was in the service. I was in the Navy. I was a submarine sailor for 5 years.
Okay.
And then I made the mistake of meeting a girl.
Enough said.
Yeah. She convinced me to move down to the Southeast. But thank God for her, because, you know, when I got down here, you know, I eventually ended up meeting my wife, my beautiful wife, and ended up having a kid. And I've been here since 2013.
Nice. And I just clicked on it. I believe Austin is going to be joining us in a moment here. He's connecting to the audio. There he goes. Austin.
Hey there, guys.
How's it going?
Hey, there he is. He made it.
Doing good. I'm actually just left work. I'm driving now to rehearsal.
Oh, God.
Well, Brendan and I were just having Old Home Day here. I used to clean his draft lines for his mom when she had the bar up here in Vermont.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right. Small world, right?
Wow, that is a small world. My goodness.
So Brendan, as you were saying, you went to South, you met your wife, and then you met Austin.
Yeah. So, I met Austin before I met my wife.
Okay.
But the crazy story about that is Austin was in a kind of like an 80s tribute band, cover band called Glam Nation.
Yeah.
And when I got out of the service because I wanted to pursue music, one of my chiefs told me, he caught me playing the guitar one day in VLS, which is the vertical launch system. And he looked at me and he said, "Man, what the fuck are you doing here?" And I said, "Excuse me?" He's like, "Dude, you've got a talent, man. Like, what do you?" He said, "I want you to promise me. I want you to promise me that when you get out, that you pursue music." And that's where I got my ticket, man. I was like, you know what? Maybe that's what I need to do. So I got out, got down here, right? We moved into an apartment. I just went on Craigslist. I said, you know, I sing 80s music. I don't know if there's anybody around here that does that. And Austin replied, and he gave me his address. And the wild thing about it was, here's another small world story right here.
Yeah.
We lived in the same exact apartment complex.
I read that you were like 3 doors down. No pun intended.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I was like, dude, I'll walk right over right now. So then he tried me out, and I guess he liked what he heard. So
I read you came in singing some Firehouse songs.
Absolutely, yeah. Firehouse is my jam, brother.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. And then he was like, man, like, you're a great singer for Glam Nation, but let's start an actual band.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm totally fucking down with that.
That's awesome.
And the rest is history.
Excellent. Austin, so yeah, we talked about how you were in Glam Nation. Let's talk about your beginnings playing guitar. Where did you start up with that?
Well, that was probably so. I would think I took guitar lessons for about 6 months when I was in middle school, and the guitar instructor at the time, because I wanted to learn heavy metal music. Well, he said that wasn't real music, and he taught me House of the Rising Sun, and I said, all right, see you later. Not saying that's a bad song, love the song, but I wanted to rock and roll.
Right.
So I started learning drums. I was in the drum line in high school, and then I joined my first band, and I was playing drums and dabbling a little in guitar still, but it wasn't until I saw I think it was a Def Leppard video, or it was a Poison video, and I was like, okay, I really want to be up front so I can see all the girls. So I really started trying to play the guitar a whole lot better.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
Now, Brendan, had you always sang? Is this something that came natural? Did you ever did you chorus, take singing lessons, anything like that?
So it came completely natural with me. My mother sang all the time. She was in a couple country bands back in the day. Some Pat Benatar clone bands that she was in.
Yeah.
And so I was always around singing. So I always sang with my mother. I haven't really taken any lessons. I was in chorus class. I was in chorale class in high school and stuff like that. But nothing too serious with like the lesson learning and stuff. And I just knew, maybe I'm pretty good at this. I'm good at songwriting. I mean, maybe I can make this work.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. I also love the story about how the band name came about from the Lynch Mob tune Wicked Sensation. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah. Austin's got that story.
Go ahead,
brother. Man. Brandon, I can't remember if I was just humming that song one day and I was like, Wicked, and I was like, I don't know. I just enjoyed that word, and I was trying to find a band name that someone could see it on a bill and say, I know exactly what kind of music that they're going to play. Wicked, for some odd reason, in that time of my life, was the first word that popped in my head because, like I said, I was a huge Lynch fan at the time, listened to Lynch Mob, and I said the word Wicked out loud, and for some odd reason, it was just followed by the word love, and I was like, hey, how about Wicked Love? And then I was like, hey, say that out loud like it's a concert announcer, and it just had a good ring to it, and I felt like it suited our style and how Brendan wrote music and how I wrote with him, and like the rest is history there.
Yeah, it does have that nice ring. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Wicked Love.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I need to record that so we can use that as our show intro.
I tell you what, I'll send you a file and you'll have it.
Let's go. Let's go.
The other thing you guys did that was brilliant, and now the EP went on Spotify September 9th. You got 5 tracks on it. Brilliant move here, doing a song called Wicked Love as well. Because if you think of it, all the cool bands had a song after their band name. You got Black Sabbath, Bad Company, Bad Company,
Bad Company by Bad Company off the Bad Company album.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I'll turn you on to another one. Dee Snider was in a band you guys probably know, it's called Widowmaker. And they do a song called Widowmaker that freaking cranks.
Ooh, I got to check that out.
Check it out. It's on YouTube. Check it out.
Oh, yeah.
So let's jump into the first track, Wicked Love. How did that one come about?
So I don't know if I got this right the first time, but Wicked Love, the first track there, Wicked Love itself. Obviously, Austin, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Austin, I always saw it this way. Austin obviously was a big Lynch fan at the time, and he had a song called Mr. Scary.
Mm-hmm.
And Austin loved jamming that song. I got so sick and tired of hearing it. But he always wanted to write a song kind of like that, you know, just like jamming and stuff like that. And I think that's where it came from. Correct me if I'm wrong, Austin.
I just wanted to write a song that was really, I wouldn't say heavy per se, but just something that had like the double bass, and it was just like kind of had that groove to it where the guitars and the drums, for the most part, are just hitting that 16th note unison. It's just a huge pile driver of a song. Just, you know, it definitely slaps live. It's super huge and heavy sounding.
Yeah.
Definitely. And like I say, brilliant to do a song named after your band name. You know, like
yeah,
I say, nobody's
doing it anymore. Yeah, nobody's doing it anymore. So we were like, hey man, we're gonna do it.
Yeah. Track 2, Let Me Go. Love the backing vocals on this. You got the big wind up finish. The guitars are great, but what I picked up in this song, it's understated, but your bass and your drums are just rock freaking solid in this song.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about those guys. Give us a little info on your bass player and your drummer. Who do we got here? We got Josh and Shane, right?
Yes, sir.
Little info on those guys.
Okay, so obviously we don't have the original lineup like we did when we recorded that EP.
Okay.
So a lot of those bass parts were written by Austin.
Okay.
And I'm not sure. Did you write the drum parts as well, Austin?
No, I believe that was our old drummer Russo.
Okay.
He just kind of took what we already had. I like to fully flesh out a demo as much as I can when I'm recording it, and then I'll give it to the other guys, and I'm like, hey, add your own bits and pieces to it. I would say, yeah, he did most of the drum work there. I did most of the bass work with obviously like the old bass player adding his own little bit to it. But we definitely try to have, you know, I try to write music where every guitarist, if they can, have playing something separate. So there's always counter melodies going on behind Brendan's vocals, and just so it's not just straight locomotive the entire time.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to make it as musical as possible.
Yeah, Austin's the main maestro when it comes to all the instruments and stuff like that. So whenever we're playing, you know, if something doesn't ring right for him, he'll be like, hey, on the drums, can you add, you know, 16ths on double bass or whatever, or, you know, yeah. So it's mostly Austin taking control of the instruments there.
Well, this leads perfectly into track 3, Stay. Am I hearing guitars on here? Or are there like keyboards on there? Something sounds sort of orchestral in the background on this track.
Yeah. So can I tell this one, Austin? Can I say this one?
For sure, yeah.
Okay, so this is a special little hidden thing about Stay. So we wrote the song and we went into the studio with it, and we use a studio. It's Island Records, right, Austin?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
I think it was Ocean Industries at the time. I think they changed their name. I don't know what it is now, but
okay. So it's the studio that Eric Bass from Shinedown owns.
Okay.
All right. From Shinedown.
Yeah.
And so we had written the song, and we didn't have any string instruments in there at all.
Yeah.
And I just remember one day we walked into the studio and we listened to the song, and there was all of a sudden string instruments in there, like violins and cellos and stuff. And we were like, what's that? And I guess Eric Bass showed up to the studio and he put his own little sort of thing in the song because he liked it. And
that's cool.
So that's why you hear the strings in the background, is because Eric Bass from Shinedown added that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The other thing I got to say about this track, the guitar solo sort of reminded me a little bit of the outro of 18 in Life by Skid Row, but I thought the song was structured, had almost like a little bit of a Three Doors Down structure, you know?
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what
yeah.
to my ear, you know, that's what I heard, you know?
Yeah, we definitely have a modern twist to our new wave kind of 80s sort of thing. I mean, we are younger guys and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, you know, we do have influences, not only from the 80s, but you know, 90s rock bands and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Troubled Man, my note here just says straight up raunch and roll, you know?
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's a
Yeah.
raunchy song.
Could you guess what that song is about?
Yeah, you know, probably. I don't know. Go ahead and tell me in case I guessed wrong.
It's about werewolves.
Really?
Yeah.
Never would have got it.
Moonlight so bright, the power fills my heart with fright.
Oh man. You know,
Wow.
I remember when I was in the studio, and I don't know, Brendan, if you were writing the lyrics then or not. And I was like, I want this song to be, I don't know what I wanted it like to be about, but at the time it definitely wasn't werewolves. And then I heard him start going Moonlight, and I was like, oh crap, here we go. But it sounded good. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
it worked. I was like, okay, we'll keep it.
Oh,
My
God.
favorite line in that song is "The flesh burns, replace it with hair." It's so cool, man.
Very cool. Very cool. I like it. You guys big horror movie fans? You know, like The Howling or any of those werewolf
heck
movies?
Oh
yeah.
my God, yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Last track, Wild Ride. I could see this as like a show opener, you know, getting
That's
ready to
so
go on a
good.
wild
Wild
ride,
Ride.
you know?
Yeah. Yep, you got it right, man.
That's usually how we open our shows, is with that song. So it's almost like, have you been to our shows before? How did you know that?
Just a
right,
guess,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been able to play an instrument. My wife tells me I can't sing, but I was always real good at playing records and CDs, and I could sequence songs and put together things really, really well. I was a DJ for a number
There
of
you
years.
go.
So I was always able to
natural
sequence
DJ.
things and pick things up like that, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wild Ride's really cool. It's kind of like I always see it as our homage to Def Leppard.
Yeah, that's just my dog Jenny. She loves to put in a cameo every now and then.
Perfect.
Excuse me, you're going what, Tesla or something like that?
I was saying Wild Ride, that song, it's kind of like our homage to Def Leppard.
Yeah. Good track. Really good track.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I noticed. Like everybody in the band sings, or they're listed as either singer backup vocal other than Josh, which has got to help you out, Brendan, with stuff like that, particularly live.
Oh, absolutely. It's paramount that we have 4-part harmonies in a new wave 80s band. You have to. And it definitely, with me jumping up and down on stage, I mean, Austin carries the brunt of the backing vocals. I couldn't do it without him.
Very cool.
Oh man, kind words making me cry over here. I feel like we're in a Hallmark card right now.
There you go. Now, you guys got a couple of shows coming up. November 10th, you're playing down in Charleston, a local metal showcase, and December 2nd, the Trolley Pub in Somerville. Anything else on the books for you? You trying to put together any type of tour or anything, or?
So we also have a December 3rd. We're playing, I think it's a benefit show for Toys for Tots at Honky Tonk Saloon up in Ladson, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I think we're opening for Ron Keel there.
Yeah. Yep.
Really? Very cool. I've talked to Ron a couple of times. Very cool guy.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, wicked cool guy. He's wicked cool.
Wicked cool. Hey, you're a New Englander, man. We say wicked all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of that, you can keep track of where you guys are going to be and everything that's going on through wickedlovemusic.com, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw these out for you because I know you guys are big on 80s stuff, and I'll be the first to admit I'm an old fart, okay? I wanted to just tell you I'm 80s born, not 80s born, I was born in the 60s, but 80s was where I came of age. I just wanted to reel off a couple of shows I saw, okay?
Okay.
My first really big rock and roll show was Gary Moore, Crocus, and Def Leppard on the Pyromania tour.
Oh man.
Except opening up for Kiss for the Lick It Up tour.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Then I saw Queensryche open for Kiss on the Animalized tour later that year. That's when Kiss would like tour endlessly, you know.
Oh yes.
Y&T opened for Motley Crue on the Theater of Pain tour.
Hell yeah.
Rough
Oh,
Cut,
jealous.
Ronnie James Dio to this day, still the best show
Oh,
I've
you
ever
saw
seen.
Ronnie.
Sacred Heart tour.
Oh
The
God,
most
I love Ronnie so much.
phenomenal show I've ever seen. Priest on the Turbo tour, Van Halen on 5150.
Yes. Oh my God, you
all
made so
those-
many good shows.
I saw Tesla when their first major arena gig opened for David Lee Roth.
Wow.
The coolest part of that was I got to talk to Jeff Keith about it, and that was
Oh, wow.
spellbinding.
That's
That was
fucking
just a
awesome.
few, and I went to all these shows, guys, driving a '79 Z28, 4 on the floor, 350 under the hood. Hottest
Yeah,
car in
that's what
town.
I'm talking about.
Mullet,
man.
leather
Hell
jacket,
yeah.
snakeskin boots.
Man,
Dude, you're so awesome. I can't wait to visit Vermont, man. We're gonna hang out sometime.
You come back up here, you look me up. We're gonna do it, definitely.
Absolutely.
You guys have a fantastic 80s sound, the 80s look with everything. But like you said, you blend in the new elements really, really well. And you know, I can't see, you know, there's an audience out there for it. You know, granted, we're all getting older, but everybody wants to hear this stuff still, you know, and there's a
Oh,
hunger for it.
absolutely. Yeah.
You know.
I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
All right, do you have anything, you know, do you have anything planned playing outside of, you know, the South Carolina? You're trying to hook up on some tours. What do you have planned now that the EP's out on Spotify and stuff? You have anything in the works?
Yeah, I just really hope that things come our way and we're actually get the opportunity to get out of this town and actually do a tour. We haven't really hooked up or made anything
I'm
work
definitely
yet.
sure it's coming soon. There, we plan to release a full length next year sometime. We plan like to go into the studio at the start of the year, so I'm sure that we are. You know, we like to do the whole grassroots growing here locally and regionally. Didn't expect the EP to get as much attention as it has gotten lately. So definitely retraining our brains and looking outside of South Carolina a lot sooner than planned. So pretty excited.
So do you have songs ready to go for this full length, you know, written, or are you in the process? Or?
Yeah, we're in the process. We got a couple of them down, but definitely in the process, trying to write all killer, no filler.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, these new ones that we're coming out with the new band, with the new drummer and the new bass player Shannon Josh and Brad, these new ones that are coming out, man, like they are 10 times better than what you hear from that EP. So I hope you guys are excited because we got some bangers coming out.
Definitely. What's the writing process like? You know, you both sort of, Brendan, you mentioned you play guitar, Austin, you play guitar. Do you each come in with a riff? You each come with a vocal? Brendan, do you do vocals, Austin guitar? How's it work for you?
So I do a lot of my writing in my shower after work. So for right now, what's happening is I always start with a melody, and then I'll write the lyrics later, because I like to have a really big chorus, a big catch to grab everybody, you know. So, and then I'll take that and I'll just, you know, I'll send a voice recording to Austin. I'll be like, hey, can you do something with this? And he's the magic man. He always gets it done, man. And it always rips.
Very cool. Austin, you want to chime in on any of this?
I would say that's how most of it's gone. There are some times where I'll just be bored at practice in between a song and I just start free jamming something, and Brendan will be like, hey, we're doing that right now. No more rehearsal. We're doing this one right now. Okay. It's not even a song yet. I guess we'll do it. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to our last song that we just wrote.
Brendan, I got to ask this, when it comes to lyrics, I'm always fascinated by this. And I've asked people, I've gotten different answers almost every time. In school, were you like good in English? Were you a good writer, or is lyrics sort of a total different animal from that? Or do you combine it?
So it's really weird. I've told Austin this before, and I don't know if anybody gets it, but like, when I come out with lyrics, I feel the song. And the song tells me what I need to write the song about and what lyrics I should use. I can't explain it. Like I said, the song just talks to me. And in school, I mean, I've always been really good at spelling, and my vocabulary's been kind of big, but not really. I think it's mostly because I just really like to talk.
Sure.
And you can't shut me up whenever I start. So
that's very cool. Very cool. Austin, how about you when it comes to like guitar riffs and stuff? Is just out of the cosmos like that?
It can be. I will say a lot of the time when I'm doing, if I'm having writer's block, I will either listen to music that is completely out of my comfort zone and try to learn their tunes. I'll try to transcribe stuff on the guitar that might not be guitar heavy music, or I'll just sit there and learn somebody else's song and just enjoy my downtime and be like, hey, I don't really have any ideas. Let's just learn somebody else's song and jam. And usually when I start jamming to a riff, because I normally try to learn by ear instead of guitar taps, when you're trying to figure things out by ear, you end up stumbling on your own riffs.
Sure.
Like we all borrow from each other. I mean,
Absolutely.
musicians throughout history have always borrowed and just put their own spin on their own hero stuff.
Yeah. Give us an example of somebody away from your comfort zone that you've sort of learned a song from,
Oh man.
I know one.
What do you got? Beat me to it.
Shania Twain.
Oh yeah, I love me some Shania. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, country, especially like 90s country, the heartthrob era.
Yeah.
Country was big. I love country music.
Well, that was all basically rock and roll anyway,
Well, yeah, Mutt Lange did all of Shania Twain stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. If you saw the CMT Crossroads with Bryan Adams and Jason Aldean, I loved it when they were sitting in between songs. And Adams says to Aldean, he says, the only thing country about these songs is the title. That band behind us is playing straight up rock and roll.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So,
yep.
Cool
I listen to a lot of pop punk too.
Sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't believe in guilty pleasures. It is what it is. You can get value out of everything. So, why not take all of those different elements and you blend it in and you get something unique,
Yep.
I think lately I've been huge on the whole synthwave stuff. I love dance music. Just 4 on the floor, man. Just have the boots and pants going the whole time.
Very, very, very cool. Talking with Brendan and Austin here of Wicked Love. Their EP Wild Ride is out now on Spotify. You can check it out there. The other thing I loved about you guys on the Facebook page was the Halloween costume. The sick 80s inspired riffage of sex appeal in the black skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Can't go wrong with that.
Did you see that picture of me with the hockey jersey on?
Yeah. Cool stuff.
Yeah, so I got a custom made hockey jersey. It says Wicked Love on it.
That reminds me, that's something I'm glad you brought that up, because I remember hearing this in another interview you guys did. Of course, nowadays with music, unfortunately, you can't make any money with music. You basically have to give it away, or they're going to steal it. Yep. So you guys are talking about how you were going to merchandise just the crap out of everything, a la Kiss. Any plans for a Wicked Love hockey jersey?
Yeah. I mean, if people want to buy a Wicked Love hockey jersey, absolutely.
I mean, really, that's what you've got to do, because like I said, as far as making money off of CD sales or anything, it's just not there anymore,
Yeah,
and true.
And lucky with us, the band and the logo are really brandable. Like our t-shirts are really, really cool. And Josh, our drummer, he's the one that does all the designs and stuff like that. He's really, really great with coming up with some awesome stuff for t-shirts. And we'll have a bunch of stuff here coming on wickedlovemusic.com. So yeah, we want to brand.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's really where you're going to reap any
help us write an album.
Yeah. Keep the band going.
Oh, absolutely.
So very, very cool. I always like to wind up with some fun questions. I'm hoping these are questions. Well, before I get to that though, I want to talk about this. I just saw another one of my notes here. what is so cool nowadays with music and being able to put stuff out on like Spotify and YouTube, you guys not only are getting followers here in the States, you guys got like a write up in Metal Shock Finland, Brave Words.
Yep.
You're literally worldwide. That's got to feel awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny you should say that. We actually have a Zoom meeting with someone else later tonight from Australia.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's something that is totally
Pretty
totally
surreal.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank God for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, internet.
Yeah.
I've done a couple of interviews in Australia. I think if I get my time wise right, it's going to be about 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow over there when whoever
nice.
interviews you. Yeah, they're
All
like
right,
way
cool.
ahead of us. So.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
actually, and that's funny you should say that too, because we had a message on Facebook, somebody from France, and he was like, "Hey, I'm about to spin your stuff on the radio. Can you guys send me a promo?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he wanted me to be like, "Hey, this is Brendan from Wicked Love, and you're listening to Rock Attack." You know, so that was
Well done,
that was
Brendan.
pretty
I like
surreal.
that. That was good.
Sounded good, brother. Sounded good. Sounded good. Very cool. So yeah, I mean, that's just, makes the world that much smaller and that much easier to get your stuff out. So
Yeah.
all right, now we get to the fun stuff.
All right, I love this.
Austin, I'm going to cheat on this one unless it's changed. Your celebrity crush is Emma Watson?
I would say that's one of my tops.
Okay.
That would definitely have to be one of my tops.
I was always more of an Emma Stone guy. So
Hey, she's not bad either.
no.
She's not bad either.
So Brendan, how about yours? Celebrity crush?
Man, ScarJo, man, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh,
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
but I'll be honest. I'm just trying to get famous in this band so I can date Taylor Swift and have her write a song about me. That's all.
Well, the thing of it is, she's not going to write about you until you break up with her.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the truth.
Yeah.
Well, hey, aim high, Austin,
Yeah,
Aim
right.
high, that's it.
All right. Now, I'll admit, whoever gets the question first is at a disadvantage of this, because the other guy has time to think about it. But this is sort of a lightning round. So, Brendan, if you could pick a television show to have a Wicked Love song placed in, what TV show would you pick?
Oh man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh, this is so hard. There's so many good ones. What did I just watch? It's so good. No, that wouldn't work. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so the new Lord of the Rings
Why
show
not?
wouldn't work.
Stick one in there.
How about Cyberpunk Edge Runners?
All
I know
right?
the TV show is over. They're not going to do a sequel to it, but if they ever make up a new story and do another storyline with the Cyberpunk series, I think that would be really cool to have a song in there.
All right. Austin, how about you?
I think that our music would do well in either Cobra Kai or Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Especially Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah.
Yep, definitely. All right. Austin, have you ever prank called someone?
Oh man, who
Yes,
hasn't?
but I wouldn't say I prank called them personally, but I told I told my girlfriend to call this number one time. I was like, "Hey, the apartment complex, they didn't get our rent money. Everything's going really bad in South. Can you call this number?" And it was and she was at work in front of her boss, and it was a number to a sex hotline, and her phone was on speaker.
Oh my God.
It was hilarious.
All right, Brendan,
Oh,
how
man.
about you?
Oh, I'm sure I have. I can't really remember. Too much booze.
Yeah. Of course, it's hard nowadays with the cell phones and caller ID and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
that too. But I'm trying to
All right.
think of when I was younger. But yeah, I'm sure I have.
All right, Brendan, favorite toy as a child?
Favorite toy as a child. Do you remember those drumsticks? They were orange, and you used to hit the air with it, and it would go boom, boom.
Yes.
boom,
Yes.
boom. Used to love those things. And Hot Wheels, man. Hot Wheels all the way.
All right, Austin, how about you?
You said favorite toy?
Yeah.
That would probably be. Well, I guess you could consider it a toy, but that would be my Nintendo 64 back.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mario
Definitely.
Kart 64, man. Star Fox, all that stuff.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go. All right, Austin, favorite old school wrestler.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, can I give two? Because they're tied.
Absolutely.
That would be The Rock and Stone Cold.
All right, Brendan.
All day, every day.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
All right. Brendan, if you could go back in time and have your mom cook one of your favorite dinners from your youth, what would you have her make?
Oh God, all day, every day. Her spaghetti, her sauce is amazing.
All right.
Old Italian family, man.
Definitely. Austin, how about you?
Now, this might sound nasty to some people, but my mom made a really good squid salad. I mean, it is really good.
I've had it.
Calamari is one of my favorite foods. Oh, yeah, it's really good.
All right. Good stuff. Last one. This is the one that we have the most fun with. Austin, if they were to make a biopic of your life, what actor would you pick to play you? And it's your life, your movie. You can pick anybody.
Oh God.
Oh man, who would? Russell Brand.
Russell Brand. Okay.
Let's pick him.
All right, Brendan.
I would pick, who was the actor in Detroit Rock City that played Jam? He was the drummer.
Oh God, it's been ages since I've seen that. I can't remember.
It's either that or the guy that played Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Okay. All right, I could see that.
Yeah.
Excellent. So going forward now, what are the plans for where you're talking about doing an album? You got a few shows, anything else? And any other, got to release a video for any of these songs, or are you waiting for the new album to come out?
We'll probably put out 1 to maybe 2 more lyric videos for this EP, and then we're really just going to hit the focus hard here on the record. I mean, like that's our next big thing, because we have heard the EP songs. Obviously, us as a band, like we're like, hey, we're ready like to move on like to something new, and let's do this bigger. Let's crank it up to 11 this time, and let's go balls to the wall and just focus on writing, recording, and then we'll focus on all of our efforts on promotion and shows after that.
Yeah. Cool. How about you, Brendan?
Well, I wanna try and convince Austin to put out one more single before the end of the year. but it's probably not going to happen. Like you said, we're probably going to wait until 2023 and just hit it really, really hard. Get some more design t-shirts out there and just try to save our money and get this working, because everything costs money. Putting up a music video, I would love to do that, but it's money in the bank you got to have in order to do stuff like that.
Absolutely. And to take an act out nowadays with the price of diesel fuel up at $20 a gallon,
Oh man.
Yeah, it's rough now. Yeah, but this is our passion, and we want to keep going while the momentum is still hot, so we don't want to lose that.
Definitely. Get you out of here with one more. If you could hook up on a dream tour, who would be your dream tour to go out and play with?
Austin, you first.
I would say Def Leppard, Firehouse, and Poison for me.
Wow, it'd be a good show.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say Firehouse, Def Leppard, and Skid Row.
Wow, yeah, definitely. Great stuff. All right, well, guys, hey, thank you very much. We've been talking with Brendan, vocalist for Wicked Love, along with Austin, who plays guitar as well. Check out their EP Wild Ride on Spotify. We'll be looking for any type of time frame in mind for the release on the full length, or just sometime next year.
We're gonna say sometime next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I wish I had a date for you.
No, sounds good. Till then, we're gonna wish you, much success out there, good times in the studios, and may all your travels to any of the shows be safe, and may all the shows be sold out, my friends.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, man, thank you.
Awesome talking to you.
Take care, and I'm sure we will chat again. And Brendan, you get up here from we're hooking up.
All right,
Have some
absolutely.
beers.
Stay wicked, everybody. Woo!
All right, take
See you
care.
guys.
Bye-bye.
All right, see ya.